from Rixie. This is Debuff, and I'm your host, Steve Skeels. Today, I'll be talking about new Pokémon Snap, Kingdom Hearts, Melody of Memory, and Star Wars Squadrons. After 2 decades of people begging for a sequel, Pokémon Snap is finally jumping from the Nintendo 64 to the Switch. No release date yet, but we did get a trailer and some details about the game, though nothing surprising yet. The game is being developed by Bandai Namco, and it looks amazing just based on what we've seen so far. From both the trailer and the press release, we can expect it to be very similar to the Nintendo 64 Classic. Here are some key features they listed. Seeing a different side of the Pokémon, capturing their previously unseen behaviors, exploring the unknown islands with various biomes, and taking in-game photos to fill your photo decks. Like I said, nothing unexpected, but overall the game looks beautiful and should be just what people have been asking for. I see the internet is already full of comments about how much better it looks than Sword and Shield, and I don't think there's any comparison. While we don't have a lot to go on yet, as we've just seen the first trailer, the environments, models, and animation all look really good. Plus, Bandai Namco hardly lets down, so I think it's in good hands. I've said it before, but I'm not really into Pokemon much anymore, and even I'm excited to see this, though I know that's 90% nostalgia. From what we've seen, the biggest addition I can tell is that it looks like there will be Pokemon spanning all generations, as we see many represented in the trailer. That's not surprising, but the original only had 63 Pokemon, and all from the first gen, so I think it'll be really good. I'm not expecting to see them all, but it would be great to have at least 20 to 30 from each game. Lastly, we do see apples making a return in the game, so while that's nothing too crazy on its own, I'm expecting there to be a similar level of interactivity and secrets to discover throughout the game. The biggest thing I'm hoping for is some sort of online component. This game is about pictures, and while I'm sure there will be many posted to social media, I hope they implement something within the game to share with your friends. For now, we'll wait until more information is released, and hopefully that's soon. As a Kingdom Hearts fan, Melody of Memory is not my first choice for a follow-up to Kingdom Hearts 3, but at this point, I shouldn't be surprised. Square Enix just announced this rhythm game for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, and it is to be released this year. The game will have you taking control of Sora alongside other Kingdom Hearts and Disney companions as you battle your way through what looks like the story's history. Sora's memories have already been a big part of previous games, like Chain of Memories, so I'm sure they'll find a way to make this game make sense story-wise. They've said it will include 140 songs taken from Kingdom Hearts, Disney, and more, though we don't know what that more they'll be pulling from is. Both Kingdom Hearts and Disney are definitely known for having some awesome music in their roster, so at the very least, this game will have a great soundtrack. But it will also feature 4 different game modes, including online battles, so there should be a good amount of content too. The trailer demonstrated what looks like 3 different types of levels, with standard level playthroughs visiting different worlds. Then there were cutscene sequences and boss fights that all look like they play a bit differently. In general, the game does look similar to the theater rhythm games, which are some of the only other kind of action rhythm games I know of. And while I haven't played them myself, they're apparently pretty good, earning scores around 80 on Metacritic. Hopefully this game follows suit. Rhythm games aren't normally my jam, but if any game could get me into it, it would be ones like this and theater rhythm. Especially because this game looks like it ties into the Kingdom Hearts franchise, story-wise. At the end of the trailer, it clearly takes place post-Kingdom Hearts 3, with Kairi presumably working towards an answer for what happened at the end of the game. So, I'm sure we'll all have to play this to be ready for the next numbered sequel, whenever that happens to come out. The last topic for today is Star Wars Squadrons. From the face of it, this game looks and sounds like a sort of spiritual successor to Rogue Squadron. It's another game that I think many people have been asking for. Squadrons leaked a few days before the announcement via Xbox.com, but it was officially revealed on June 15th and will be coming to PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. The game will have crossplay on all platforms and can be played in VR on PC and PS4. It was stated that the game will be in first person, presumably for immersion, putting the player right into the cockpit of their favorite starships. But that also means that the VR experience shouldn't feel tacked on, so I'm thinking this game will be a win for VR fans. They've said there will be a focus on team-based fighting, as one might expect. You've always got the two sides in the Star Wars franchise. But there will also be a story mode in addition to multiplayer with various game types. The multiplayer modes described so far include a 5-on-5 match with the goal to destroy the other team's flagship, and a mode for players to team up and defeat as many enemy ships as possible. They've also said there will be quite a bit of customization that will be unlocked through gameplay alone. They've stated there will be no microtransactions in the game, and I think that's pretty good to hear. At the time of the recording, I've not seen the actual gameplay reveal yet, but by the time you listen, it'll be out, so I think you should go check it. I'm expecting it to be good based on the cinematic trailer and game details alone. We really don't get a lot of games like this anymore, so I'm pretty excited. I missed out on the Rogue Squadron games, but I did love the dogfights in the original Battlefront games. And I do love the idea of playing in first person, seeing everything from the perspective of the pilots. With the graphics we have today, this could be a pretty impressive experience, and I'm excited to see more. Debuff is hosted by me, Steve Skeels, edited and mixed by Mason Carlton. Follow us on Instagram at DebuffPod. That's Debuff, Pod. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.